I'm going to have some breakdowns for some fights, some predictions, another video that I'm going to be talking about matchmaking, some unranked prospects, and also some contenders as well, and another upload that I planned, but I want to talk about some real stuff today. I was watching the UFC event last Saturday on stream, and there was an ad that played that was promoting Canelo versus Crawford involving Nina Marie Danielle, and like, this marketing machine, it's getting more and more horny. I'm noticing. I don't really like it, the direction that they're taking this whole thing in, as far as like promoting the events and stuff. It's already been a complaint of a lot of people that boxing is whooping us right now as far as the marketing model goes, and even in the past, events were being built up better through the marketing. Now it just feels like the UFC wants us to goon. They want to just make gooners out of all of us. They want you to wake up and accomplish nothing and just goon. Look at this woman who's in a relationship with another man and just goon to her. And then, like, let's promo all these other women on, like, we're going to be talking about UFC Espanol as well. Just a bunch of just corn women there, bro. And they just want you to goon to them. And I've said this before on many different occasions. I'm nobody's daddy. And I'm not even trying to be like this, like, super hyper-conscious, like, MMA YouTuber, right? If anything, I'm just the UFC nudicer. And I'll have a works cited in the description of this video so you guys can cross-reference the facts that I've used to like develop these arguments. But I got the demographics of the ages of the fans that watch UFC and the ages of the average corn consumers. And if you were to look at both of these groupings of data, you would notice that there is some real overlap in these numbers. The same age range of people that like watching MMA, which is, I also saw a note that it's like the youngest sports audience in the world. These are also the same age ranges that are indulging in adult content. And I don't think that I'm the only one who's noticed this with the way that they're just pushing all of this, like, cleavage onto us, bro. And all of this, like, suggestive sexual imagery and, like, the buildup of these fights. And it feels like the UFC is using raunchy marketing because they know that beating off is just another hobby of MMA hobbyists, or people who like watching this sport. And this isn't like something revolutionary or groundbreaking either. Sex sells. It's been this way for a very long time. But it's really her driving all of this, man. And I'm not trying to like witch hunt an entire campaign of like internet people against this woman, but just see the trap. And that's all I was talking about in the gambling video too. If you're gonna go indulge in all this stuff, completely fine, you're your own man. Just at least notice what's going on. Pay attention, please. Why is this woman never covering her chest, bro? Her entire Instagram feed, it's just tits, 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 all the way throughout. Whenever she does an ad, whenever she's interviewing fighters, tits, all the time. And it feels like the UFC organization is pimping her out, and she's totally cool with it because she's done this to herself throughout the experience of becoming a Playboy model. She has her boyfriend, which is a cameraman, and people love to make jokes about what it would be like to be him. I'm not going to address that in depth, but I mean, any sound of reason man would want to swallow a 45 caliber. If this was the way that your girl was conducting herself. Whenever views are low on these interviews, she gets into some MMA gear and some spandex, and she lets these middleweights and 170s grab all over her and teach her wrestling moves. And some of these dudes are married too, and she's being hella horny with them on camera. Like, she did this training video with Volkanovski, and she asked bro if he was wearing a cup. It's like, what are you talking about that right now, man? Like, and in the comment sections of all these different posts and videos that she's making, it's so much depravity going on.
Nina, I'ma bait you. Volk, I'm coming. Nina is a masturbator, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, when Nina asked Volk if he was wearing a cup, oh, the look on his face was classic. At 17:38, they start fucking.
So many gooners. It's hard for me to say that these people just don't know what they're doing. They have to know what they're doing. And it's like, it doesn't even need to be like the baddest woman either, bro. However you rate Nina Marie Danielle on a 10 scale, men see a naked woman and they're gonna get bricked up. I mean, that's just biology at that point. But I just feel like a lot of these marketing campaigns are missing the mark with like plugging the fights. I mean, it would be funny if it was about entertainment television, or if we were cutting promos for like Love Island. Like, what the hell are they recreating like the Coldplay infidelity? Like, the whole joke with like the Kayla Harrison thing at the bottom left there is that there was like a CEO with like his secretary at a Coldplay concert and they were cheating, and that's like the joke is that they were cheating. And it feels like the UFC organization is using their like women figures as pawns just to get more gooners on board with whatever they're trying to push, dude. This isn't how we drive interaction. Our product is so good that we don't even need to do this. We don't need to have Laura Senko and Nina Marie just laying on top of each other for a jiu-jitsu skit. You just have Mikey Musumeci do some funny stuff. They just aren't thinking hard enough, bro. And they're just like, okay, well, why don't we just get them bricked up? That's worked in the past, right? And yeah, it will work, but like you're hurting us, man. Like, we're suffering because of the fact that you're doing this. And this is about the worst of it as well. I look at this page, UFC Espanol, all they do is platform different corn women. It's ridiculous. We got Francity, who, she'll make other UFC pages too, but Francia James is her real name. She does the face-offs with fighters like Charles Oliveira. Pretty much every single champion she's done a face-off with. And the joke is that she has balloon tits. So, like, she, like, pushes her chest up into the chest of the fighter, and they're doing the face-off, and, like, the joke is, like, they either look down or they don't. Charles Oliveira, he's a married man, so, like, what the hell is she even, like, doing that to him for? Why are you putting these fighters in this position? And they're, like, they've literally built brands out of being family men, and you just want to come over and act like this scallywag in front of them. And she be with Angela White, like, the Glizzy Gobbler 9000, and God forbid we actually do end up seeing a woman like her holding a mic and interviewing a fighter. We've never stooped to that level before, but it really isn't like you can't find photos of all these women naked on the internet. And that's like digital footprint, and they're like being promoted by the largest fighting organization in the world. And UFC Espanol is probably like the second, third, or fourth largest UFC conglomerate account on the social media platform of Instagram. And we got other women like Jackie Enriquez and Barbie Mexi who, like, I mean, they're serviceable in their job is like doing the reporting, but their whole excuse me, they be getting naked is what I'm trying to say. And like, it's whenever you go to their profiles, they have link trees, and there's OnlyFans profiles on all three of these women's Instagram accounts. And this shit really, I don't even have any words for this. Why is she dancing like that, bro? I saw this Jose Cuervo ad. I think it's like a raffle for a meet and greet with Tracy Cortez. They're like saying that like you can enter like a sweepstakes or something and like hang out with her at some event. I feel like this type of shit is like, it brings dishonor to us all, man. This is just streets, bro. And it's predatory too, because like, you know how down bad people are for Tracy Cortez in these comment sections. All you're doing is like stoking this like lust fire in the hearts of men, and these are supposed to be like your patrons. And I know they ultimately don't give a fuck, clearly, if they're like platforming this type of thing. She doesn't care either if she's going out like this, but this shit is just not good, bro. It's a net negative for the entire community for us to just be horny all the time. And for them to, whenever they're not promoting fights and getting us excited for events, just getting us horny, bro. Shit's not it. And this shit has just been really blowing my mind. Ailin Perez's Instagram page is like, what the hell are we even doing here? The last time that I even saw anything having to do with her on Instagram, it was a video of Marab spanking her little shit, like right before. It was after she had missed weight, and Marab was like punishing her for that. But like now, she's calling out Norma Dumont since Raquel Pennington can't fight her at UFC Noche in San Antonio. And she's like using the hashtag booty battle. And she's posting just like hella cheeked up pictures of her and also hella cheeked up pictures of Norma Dumont and being like, wow, I can't believe that you're ducking me. I know that the fans want to see both of our bundas inside of the octagon like slapping each other. And it's like, dude, we just want to see fights for one. And two, that was a woman who's been married before. And like she had like, I talked about what happened with that marriage, and she's in a relationship now, and that's negative press for a woman who's self-respecting being called out to a booty battle. She didn't choose to freaking be yammed up like that. Norma Dumont is so self-respecting, even though she does have, let me chill. But I mean, Ailin Perez, she takes it an entirely different way. I remember at UFC 302, she had beef with Jocelyn Edwards, and she beat Jocelyn Edwards in a fight. She twerked on Jocelyn Edwards, and they buried the hatchet. And as a show of solidarity, Ailin Perez invited Jocelyn Edwards to twerk with her. And Jocelyn Edwards low-key has a booter on her too, and she was like, no, I'm not about to do that with you, because this is just degeneracy. And that's exactly what it is. And Ailin Perez has built an entire image off of just shaking her butt and being the woman who twerks. And to make it worse, I think that she's a mom too. Her kids are going to grow up and see her highlights and see her just like busting a split in the middle of the octagon too. And twerking like Sapphire from the Vanilla Unicorn in GTA 5. I don't even know what to do with this, bro. Sometimes it just feels a lot larger than me. I don't like any of this stuff that's going on as far as the marketing machine and just how nasty it's getting. It's not about fighting. It's some real barbaric shit if you really want to peel the layers back, like so closely integrating sex with violence. This is like weird, bro. Some weird stuff. Some like Oedipus complex shit, bro. I don't fuck with this, bro. It's worth asking the question of like, whose fault is this? And maybe it's Dana White's fault. The bald man ultimately has the say of what goes down. I'm sure if he makes enough noise somewhere, he could probably swing anything in the promotion still, even though he sold his fucking stock and people don't acknowledge him as the main man anymore. He probably still has a lot more pull than people want to acknowledge that he does. I did look into who is the head of the marketing machine. I found different names of guys like Jordan Brown, who's the brother there at the middle of those three photos at the bottom of the screen, and then also Brian Johnson, the guy who's in the two photos at the top right of that collage there. And then there's also Hunter Campbell, and he's the chief of business operations, so he probably has a lot of say in what does and doesn't go as far as the marketing campaigns are held in the UFC. But ultimately, a lot of this is going to have to do with what we place importance on and what we give our attention to, and how vulnerable we are to certain traps on the internet, just in general, not even related to the UFC. A lot of us are gooners, bro. We're not really taught that this is something that we're supposed to have a grip on. Well, I mean, not like that, but I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. A lot of us are gooners, and like we see things on the internet, and one thing leads to another, and then we're like taking 40 minutes away from our gaming setups to go and spank the monkey. So for as long as they get the analytics that they want to see from these types of campaigns, they're going to keep on doing them. So I mean, it's a societal problem. Chances are the MMA community is going to be a bit more vulnerable to these pitfalls like gambling or like gooning, but it really kind of falls on us as far as if we wanted to see all of this stuff be different, we could just change what we do give attention to. We could just not pay attention to it and not validate it so that they just stop doing it. Because if they saw like a decrease in numbers attached to the Nina drama stuff, and there's no more like unks in the comment section talking about, wow, you're so beautiful, or sending hearts with like arrows through them, whenever it's just these corn women being platformed. So this is going to be the last topic of the video. What do we do now? I had mentioned before a few uploads prior to this, I'm not the type of guy who raises an issue in the community without providing a solution to it. Take my advice with whatever grain of salt that you want. I feel personally like the worst advice is advice, but I feel like I gotta give you something useful if I'm gonna point out a problem and to make you worry about it if it's not something that was on your mind before. My solution is going to be to never goon, my friends. Don't goon. Don't give in to this animalistic urge in you to look at this thing and rub one out every however often. I've been through some forums just doing research on this topic on my own time, and I really wonder how common it is for a lot of people to just be spanking one out who are unemployed like 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times a day, like just rubbing, mindlessly scrolling. I see a big old bunda and now I'm just rubbing one. That shit is evil, and they're preying on you, dude. The entire industry is it's preying on you. It's so predatory. We get shown these images and these videos when we're so young. And think about it like this, man. Say you started watching this nonsense at the age of like 11 or 12, right? Or 14 or whenever you got into it, right? You saw it really young. If you were to have intercourse with the woman in the video that you saw, somebody's going to jail. That would be rape. So why is it like being exposed to that type of media not considered the same things on a lot of levels? I don't think that the claim that if you were shown corn at like a developmental age, God forbid, like single digits all the way up into like early adolescence, like right before you became a teenager, that's rape, dude. Like you got raped. Like that sucks. Like, but it happened to me too, bro. Like we got raped. Like that's like trauma, dude. Like you're fucked up. Like we're fucked up. It wasn't supposed to happen. Our parents, they like saw still images. We were literally watching penetration like go down, like we were hella young, dude. Like, that's just not cool. And the result of that is, like, being a slave to this impulse all the way throughout your life. And you get taught by the media that it's not, like, a problem, that you're okay, and that there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, you know, just your urges, dude. It's fine. Everyone has them. You can give in to them. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person. But if anything, it makes you a guy who doesn't have control. And I don't know about you guys. I don't want to be that person who just doesn't have control. And this is a consequence of not having control. Nina Marie Danielle. And there's evils attached to it as well, dude. I mean, you see all different types of women going to like these drug-induced comas because bro, imagine you have this job and you can't even go home. You can't even look your family in the face because like you be doing dicks. You be doing 12 dicks. Your manager calls you and they're like, yeah, I got you a new scene. You got to do 12 dicks tomorrow. Like, bro, I understand why they're overdosing in such high numbers. It's like some of them are just straight up just chewing on small calibers, and like I would understand that too as like a way out. That's the life that you've built for yourself. Imagine how unhappy you would be. My player ad dudes, they know that like chasing fucking poontang, bro, and this never-ending cycle, it's not even fulfilling. So imagine if you were commodifying yourself for this. It's honestly a dark thing that Nina Maria is doing, and Francia James, and like all these people who are like basically selling their bodies in a corporate environment. That shit's fucked up, dude. I don't really want to be a patron to it. I recommend that you guys who follow me don't do that shit either. But again, it's your choice. I just thought it would be a good idea to get on here and talk about just some shit I've been noticing, man. Because after all, I'm just a noticer. So you guys, hopefully this fucking black eye goes away. I feel ugly as fuck, but I am going to go to the gym now. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Please do give me a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you made it up until this point. Stay strong and keep fighting. Peace out, my brethren.